Hello guys, my name is Balakrishna Srivastav and welcome to CodeWithBK. So in this video we write C++ solution code for LeetCode problem number 88, merge sorted array, which is this question. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel. So take a minute and give this question a reading, okay? And there is a follow-up as well, alright? So first I'm going to write the very quick, very straightforward method, and that is copying all values of nums2 into the vacant space of nums1 and sort nums1. Okay, so if there are n values in nums2, there are n zeros, n vacant spaces in nums1, which we can see in this example 1. N is 3, so nums1, apart from its own 3 values, has 3 vacant spaces, and that's why we don't have to return an array. The entire set of all the values sorted should be in nums1. Okay, so we start copying values from nums2 into nums1 from index equal to m. So I'll say int index from which we start copying is m. We iterate all the values of nums2, I less than n, I plus plus, and then we say nums1 of index plus plus is nums2 of I. Okay, copying all the value of nums2 into the vacant spaces of nums1, and then simply sort the entire vector. So std sort using the inbuilt sort, nums1 dot begin, nums1 dot end. Okay, that's it. Testing this. Okay, all 3 cases pass. Submitting this. Okay, beats 100%. Alright, this works. The runtime beats 100% as well. But this part, this sorting part, is O n log n. Your capital N is m plus n. Okay, and in this case, in this loop, this runs n times. So this is O lowercase n. So the entire complexity is O lowercase n plus O capital N log capital N, where capital N is m plus n. Okay, the follow-up is if you can do this in O m plus n, and we can do this. This will take just 1 more minute. So let me just comment this part. Okay, so in this approach where we have to complete this in O m plus n time, we start filling the nums1 array from the right hand side, that is from the rightmost end. So we need to pick up the largest value from the either array nums1 nums2 and keep filling it, alright, from right to left. So start filling values into nums1 from the right hand side. So index from where you start filling is m plus n minus 1, and my I starts at the last index of nums1 and my j starts at last index of nums2. So as long as these both are valid indices, because I'm going to go from right to left, j is greater than or equal to 0. I'll just explain this in a moment. Let me just code this and test this first. Okay, now if the value in nums1 is greater than the value in nums2, okay, so I'm going to fill this index with the nums1 value, because we are filling from the larger value to the smaller value, not the other way around. Okay, so I'm going to say nums1 of this particular index is nums1 of I. Okay, and we have to move I minus minus and index minus minus. Okay, because we have to move to the next index. Else I'll say nums1 of index is equal to nums2 of j minus minus and index minus minus. So you can pick out this index minus minus after the if else. Okay, because in either case we have to move index. Okay, so this loop runs as long as there is a value in both nums1 and nums2. So when we are out of values either from nums1 or nums2, we have to fill in the remaining values. So the same thing, while I greater than or equal to 0. Okay, as long as this is the case, we do the same thing. I minus minus, index minus minus. Okay, so this is if there are values left in nums1, if there are values left in nums2. Okay, while j greater than or equal to 0. You say nums is nums2 of j and j minus minus. Okay, so now this code is going to do the same job, and the entire code runs in O m plus n time. Okay, testing this. Okay, submitting the same code. Okay, beats 100% again. All right, and the runtime complexity is om plus n. All right, in the previous submission where we were able to sort and submit, in this particular case the sorting was fast enough to get us the runtime of beating 100%, but it might not be the case always, but this idea will always be om plus n. All right, so let me quickly explain what is happening. So let me just take the first example. So I have my nums1 as 1 2 3 0 0 0. This is my nums1. Okay, my nums2 is 2 5 6. Nums2 is 2 5 and 6. So I have to insert 2 5 6 in nums1, so that my eventually nums1 becomes 1, then 2, then 2, then 3, then 5, then 6. Okay, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 and 2 5 6. Okay, these values when put together and sorted should give you this. N is equal to 3 in this case, m equal to 3 in this case. The indices are going to be 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 0 1 2. Okay, my I is at the last index of the values of nums1, which is here, because these three zeros are n spaces into which these n values from nums2 have to be inserted. So there is a space given. Okay, my j starts here at the last value in nums2, and the index starts here. Okay, where we start filling values from either nums1 or nums2. Okay, now the argument is, will this index ever cross I? It won't. It might get equal to I, but it will never cross I, because if index crosses I, it means it has more than n values filled and I has not moved. And this is not possible because these values are at maximum n, which is equal to the number of values in nums2. So at most, all n values are added in these n places, and then index comes here, becomes equals to I. Okay, and in that case we are just moving through I forward, and the loop remains the same. Okay, if you want to think of an example, you can think of this as say we have 1 2 3 0 0 0, indices 0 1 2 3 4 5, and we have nums2 as say 7 8 9 7 8 9. Okay, j starts here, indices are 0 1 2, index starts here equal to 5, and my I is here at index equal to 2. Okay, so in our code what we are doing is, if you can see, we are picking the larger value at ith or the jth index and placing it at index, picking up the larger value from the ith or the jth index, placing it at index, and moving the indices forward. In this case, this is the larger value, 9 is greater than 3, so 9 is copied here. Okay, this j will come here because we have already used 9, and this index comes here at index 4. Okay, again the value at j is 8 and value at I is 3. This 8 is now copied to this index, and now index moves to 3, j comes at index 0, j comes at 7. Again the value at j 7 is greater than value at 3, 7 is copied here, and now index moves to 2. Alright, j becomes -1. Our loop condition was j greater than equal to 0 as long as there are values in nums2 to copy to nums1. Alright, j equal to -1, loop breaks. Okay, so you can either copy values from nums1 or nums2. In this case, we have values left from nums1, I greater than equal to 0. Alright, that is what I want to say. Index may get equal to, in this case index is here at I, index may get equal to I but will not cross I, because at most you are copying these many values, which is equal to n, which is equal to the number of values, maximum number of values in nums2. Okay, and when this loop is running, nums1 of index is nums1 of I, you just keep copying the same values. So both are at the same index, you keep going backwards. I comes here, index comes here, I comes here, index comes here, I comes here, index comes here. Okay, and this remains the same. So we get nums1 as 1 2 3 7 8 9, which is what we want. Okay, now in our original example, j is pointing to this index where this value is 6 in nums2, I is pointing to this index 2 with value 3, and our index, which is equal to m plus n minus 1, is pointing to index equal to 5 in nums1. Okay, we come here, nums1 of I is greater than nums2 of j. Which value is bigger? So j points to a larger value than I. So this value 6 is copied to index, which is here, and index moves here. Okay, j moves here, j minus minus, index minus minus. Okay, after the value is copied, again value at I points to 3, value at j points to 5. This is larger, so 5 is copied here and index moves to 3, index minus minus, j moves here. Okay, now value at I is 3, value at j is 2, 3 is greater than 2, so 3 is copied to this index, which is at index 3, so 3 comes here. This 3 is not moved at index 2, I moves back, so whatever be the next value will override 3 and index comes here at index equal to 2. Alright, I is pointing to 2, j is pointing to 2, both pointing to the same value. So in our code, if they are pointing to the same value copied from j, so j becomes minus 1, 2 comes here, index moves here. Okay, so eventually I and index here also point to the same index now, and they keep moving backwards because j has gone to minus 1. So this happens now. Okay, the way it happened here. Okay, alright, and this is how this algorithm is working. So our entire loop at most iterates these many values. Okay, right, so this is going to be om plus. Alright, so this is the code to the follow-up. Can you do this in om plus n? That's what it did. Okay, so this was the solution to this problem, and I hope this was helpful. If there is any doubt, there's a part you don't understand, please let me know in the comments. I always try to answer all your comments. And you can also let me know in the comments if there's a question you want me to solve, or if there's a concept you want to discuss. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.